Good evening, I'm Calli Block and welcome to Blissful Life Corporation Facebook series. For tonight is May 1st, 2020. The class is Destress and Stretch. My name is Calli Block and I hope you're okay and I hope you can see this because every time I try to set up Facebook it comes out different. So anyhow, we're going to do a lot of time tonight just stretching and breathing and feeling differences within our bodies due to the stretches and stuff. All classes at Blissful Life Corporation are donation based, so the magic of yoga can be shared with anybody. To donate, you can visit paypal.me/donatebliss. You can also hit the donate button on any of the Blissful Life pages. And your donation will help us to be able to offer yoga to people in need. And so if you can, donate what you can. If not, learn what you can and explore what you can. Tonight we'll be moving almost every muscle and joint in our body, and it's nice to do this with mindful awareness. So talk to yourself, tell yourself, as I breathe, as I move, I'm going to explore the sensation. All these things can be done at any point in time throughout your day, and it's wonderful to do. Okay. To begin tonight, we're going to lay on our backs in Savasana, literally corpse pose. Corpse pose is a wonderful pose because when you're lying on your back, there's nothing you can do but relax. So your legs are straight on the ground, you're on the back. I tend to arch my back here, and so I bend my knees, do a pelvic tilt, ground my lower back, and then let the rest of my back go down. Your arms are a comfortable distance away from each other, and the palms are up. See if you can walk your shoulder blades down your back. Now, if your lower back is very tight, you can bend your knees. You can use a bolster or a blanket, roll it up underneath your knees, or I like to just be simplistic. Bend your knees. Your feet are a little bit further than knee distance from your knees, and to totally relax, you take your feet. Now your feet look like this. If you bring your toes ever slightly towards each other, your knees are not going to want to fall out and open. And so take a couple moments. Notice where you're touching the earth. Notice that what's not touching the earth is touching the air, touching the universe. You can let your head gently roll from side to side, just a little bit, checking in with your neck. Feel the back tops of your shoulders rolling into the ground, opening your upper chest. If your tailbone's not on the ground, you can ground it or whatever is comfortable. And if your knees are bent, let them go gently a little bit from side to side. And see if you can find stillness. Let your awareness just rest within your breath. See if you can notice where the inhalation begins, where you're full, and then notice where the exhalation ends. Notice your breath at rest. And then we're going to explore full yogic breathing. Let your left hand touch your belly And your right hand, touch your chest, the elbows are on the ground. And just take a couple breaths to notice how it feels. And then deepening your breath, inhale, push your belly button up. Feel your rib cage open, up to the upper chest. Feel the upper chest open. Exhale, relax your upper chest. The rib cage contracts and pull your belly button into your spine. Inhale, expand the belly button, open the rib cage, expand the chest. Exhale, relax the upper chest, the rib cage, and pulling your abdominal muscles into your spine. Inhale, expand your abdomen, raise your rib cage, open your upper chest. Exhale, feel the air falling away from your body. Inhale, feel the building with the belly button, upper chest. Exhale, release the breath down, pulling the belly button in. If you can throughout your day, notice how your breath is doing. If you find yourself breathing shallow, just start with the belly button. Open the front of your body, ending with the belly button. And then you're going to bring our fingers up to the ceiling. There's no right or wrong way to do this. You're going to cross your arms across your body, clasp your opposite elbows, relax. And notice your deep breathing. Now maybe you feel a constriction in the pit of your throat. That's the seed of Ujjayi breath, ocean sounding breath. And straighten your arms up. And then cross your arms in the opposite direction. And chances are you don't feel it now, or if you feel it now, you didn't feel it the other way. And so just think about how it felt in the pit of your throat. We're going to visit it a couple more times tonight. And then bring your arms up. Bring them over your head. Stretch your right side. Stretch your left side. Stretch in the middle. Take a breath in. Exhale. Let your knees come into your chest. And clasp them. And roll a little bit from side to side on your hips. Your shoulders are pretty much staying stable. Massaging your lower back. And then round in a figure eight. I like coming up on the outside, down in the middle, because that really gets into the sides. Hi, we have company. He's adorkable. And let your knees go in a circle. Notice where you feel it on your lower back. Notice how your arms are helping. And when your knees are away from you, you're pulling through the shoulders, relaxing through the shoulders, and go in the opposite direction. I bring your knees to your chest. Take a breath in. Exhale, straighten the right leg straight up. Let your elbows be heavy, gently pulling the left knee towards you. It's almost subliminal. And then we're going to slowly lower the right leg down to the ground. We're going to bend the knee, place the foot flat on the floor. Let the left leg go flat on the floor. And straighten your legs. Let your left knee or your right knee come into your chest. Flex the left foot, bring it up. And if I misspoke, you're doing the other side. Your shoulder blades are firm on the ground. And then very slowly, let the left leg straighten on down. You hover it, and then just let rest again. Both knees to your chest, head and shoulders come up, using the arms, not the shoulders. Inhale, release. And once again, let your knees go in a circle on one side. And then the other direction. And rolling onto your right side, you can adjust your body on your mat and go into fetal position, the very first yoga pose. Feel the stretch in the back of the shoulders. Feel the crown of the head moving away from the tailbone, a beautiful little arc. You can let your knees be close to your body or further out, depending on what's comfortable. And then using your hands to lift yourself up and find yourself in a seated position. If you want, you can lift your sit bones a little bit. I usually use a little towel that keeps me slightly forward so I can balance. Find your sit bones. You can have a leg straight. You can have both legs straight out to the side. Any variation. You'll find sometimes I move back and forth depending on tightness in the hips and how my knees feel. Doesn't matter what foot is in front or not. You're going to what you feel is comfortable. Now close your eyes. Think about the crown of your head floating towards the universe. All the space between your vertebrae. Your shoulder blades are down. Feel the opening in your sternum. We're going to work on our neck. Take a breath in. Exhale. Let your chin come down to your chest. Feel how long the back of your neck is. Notice how far down you may be feeling it. Inhale. From the tailbone, we're going to lengthen through the spine. Get to the neck. Start lifting the neck. And then we're going to pivot behind the ears, lifting the chin. Be very careful that you don't hyperextend your neck. Exhale. Your chin comes through center and lowers down on your chest. Inhale, lengthening up. And stretch your neck up. One more time. We're going to exhale. The chin comes through center. Then it rolls towards your chest, stretching the back of your neck. Stay here for a couple breaths. Where are you feeling it? Are you feeling it between your shoulder blades? Deep, long belly breath. Now inhale, grounding your sit bones. Start to lengthen your spine. When you get behind the back of your neck, you're going to bring your chin up. And coming from the back of your ears, you're going to open your chest. Bring your head back. And take a few breaths here. Now notice, maybe you feel that little constriction at the pit of your throat. This is another seed to Ujjayi breath. With my body, I feel it more here. And so you sort of get the idea how it feels to constrict. Take your chest in, exhale, let your head roll down to your chest, relaxing your shoulders. We're going to bring this roundedness further down our spine, putting our hands forward. See how we're starting to round with the shoulders, walking your hands forward. Stretch the upper back, Stretch the middle back. Feel the sacrum opening from top to bottom. Your shoulders are away from your ears. And then inhale, we're going to drag our hands towards us. We're going to grab the sit bone, lengthening, 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 lengthening behind the chest. Bring your shoulders up, back, and around your ears. Taking a breath in, exhale, and turn and look over your right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, turn and look over your left shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, turn and look over your right shoulder. Let your eyes go. Press down in the hands, take your weight off your sit bones, and try to sit down, letting the groundedness start with your tailbone and ending with the crown of your head. We're going to do a little twist. Take a breath in, exhale, turn and look over your right shoulder, let your left hand come to the hand behind you. You can be on your fist, on your palms, whatever your arms fit. I'm going to inhale and exhale. See, let the chin go a little bit further back. Now, when you're in a pose, you're not just relaxing into the pose, you're constantly going through your body, and slowly start to take a breath in, exhale, let your chin come to your chest. We're realigning the spine. Inhale, come up. Bring your shoulders forward, up, and around. Take a breath in, exhale, turn, look over your left shoulder. Right hand to the outside of left knee. The left hand comes behind you. You can open it wide. I'm working around furniture. It's all sorts of fun. And so gentle pulling with the right hand and a gentle pressing through the left hand. Notice how it's harder to pull a deep breath because of the twist. Just do what you can. That can help your breathing. If you really work on inhaling, each inhalation getting fuller, each exhalation more complete, you're exercising your lungs. You're feeling the energy from your tailbone all the way to the crown of the head. Your shoulders are pretty much perpendicular to your hips. Inhale, the right hand comes up, bring both hands to your chest or your knees, roll your shoulders up, back and around. Take a breath in, exhale, lowering your chin to your chest. Relax those shoulder blades. Now letting your head, your chin rock a little bit on your chest. Start going from side to side. Your right ear heads down to the right shoulder. Come through center. Your left ear goes to your left shoulder. And then come back to center. Ground your sit bones. Lengthen up. Lift your chin. Open your mouth and make circles with your jaw, one direction. And then the other direction. Take a breath, opening the front of your body. Exhale, leading with your chest. Come forward. And just start to make big circles with your torso. Notice how your weight changes. Feel it. Your head is loose. We never flop our heads around. It's not a good thing for our brains or our necks. Feel your weight changing from side to side. Find a natural place to stop and go in the opposite direction. And then come up. You're going to ground your right hand. You're going to take your left hand. You're going to push it away. Feel that left shoulder dropping. Keep pushing it away, feeling the stretch on the inside of that arm. Come up. Exhale. You're going to slide over to the right side. Your left arm is by your ear. You're grounding your right hand. Your elbow's bent. You don't want that shoulder up by your ear. We're opening the left side of the body. Keep pressing with your fingers. Press down your left knee. Inhale, come up. Bring your right arm up. Exhale, let your left hand come down. Lifting up to the right side. Walking your fingers over to the side. Notice this side. You may feel a little more forward or a little more back. Feel that stretch. If you're not feeling a good stretch, ground that right butt sit bone and really arch. Side stretches are wonderful because it helps to release stress in your rib cage, and so it can open up. I feel loose already. We're going to open our fingers, our face, and our mouth, and then we're going to clench everything up. Open, clench, open, clench. Open your eyes, close them, open your right hand, open your left hand, bring the arms up overhead, interlace your fingers, press your palms up, and then make big circles with the palms. Keep pressing the meat of your palms away from you, but notice how your shoulders are feeling. It's almost impossible to create stress in your shoulders when you're doing this. And find a wonderful place to stop and go in the opposite direction. Feel your shoulder blades moving seamlessly along the back of your rib cage. Your shoulder blades, if they're high and tight on your back, that means you're carrying stress. Your ears are probably all the way, or your shoulders are all the way up to the elbows. Stretch up, push up through the sternum, and exhale. Let the hands come down. Then loosen your fingers, wiggle them. Bad piano, good piano, bad piano, good piano. Now, we're going to start to massage our hands. So you're going to take, my personal way of massaging myself is a gentle squeeze and release. And so you can do it on your palms, start at the bottom of your palms. You can do it towards the thumb. You can let your thumb go on each part of your palm. And then change hands. Let your left thumb, right palm. And you can sit there and as you can notice how the fingers can move. That's just part of our anatomy. We're all connected. Everything's connected. You stub your toe, you get a headache. And wiggle your fingers, open your fingers, make a fist. Open your fingers, make a fist. Rotate your wrists. And go in the opposite direction. Now, I don't know where I learned how to do this, but it's wonderful and I love to do it. We're going to take our thumb and touch each knuckle of our fingers. Start with the top of the little finger, the first knuckle, the second knuckle where it's attached to the palm, your ring finger, first knuckle, second knuckle, touch the palm. Gentle pressure. We're not just touching it slightly, we're pressing in with the top of the thumb, press in with the top of the thumb, press in with the top of the thumb, and don't forget this last knuckle. Do it to your pointer finger. And wiggle your fingers. You're going to take your right hand, just gently bring it back, and then gently with a hand on the top by the knuckles, press it forward. On your right hand, just pull the fingers towards you. Feel that stretch. How far do you feel it? And with the hand on the top of the knuckles, bring it that way. So now, we did the thumb with each finger. Now we're going to do each finger on the thumb. I love this one. And notice how your fingers feel in the back. It's wonderful. So the first finger, touch the thumb, first knuckle, second knuckle, and the third knuckle is by the palm. Feel that stretch. Your business finger, just a gentle touching. Your ring finger. And your little finger. Now wiggle your fingers, play bad piano, wiggle your fingers, open, close, open, close, open, close. And loosen your fingers, shake your hands. Now sitting up, you're going to take your left hand in front of you. Your right hand is going to go just below where the elbow is, and you're gently going to draw that hand towards you. Try to keep that left shoulder down. Notice how far you feel it in your shoulder blade. A nice stretch by the end of the shoulder blade towards your spine. And then come up, bring the arm up, bend the elbow back. Gently take your right hand, press back into that elbow. And if you can, your elbow is coming forward. Feel how far you feel that stretch. Notice on different days when we do it, we feel it differently. And then come up. And we're going to bring the right arm across our body, gently pull it towards us. Keep that shoulder down. Don't let it come up by your ear. Keep it down. We're stretching this large muscle through here. Feel your breath. Then we're going to bring the arm up. Touch the elbow, pull the elbow back. Let your right hand touch that right shoulder blade. And bring the arms up, bring them down, and see if you can bring them behind you. So the hands go behind you, interlace your fingers. Inhale, press through the palms. Open your chest. Lift the arms if you can. Exhale. We're going to come around. Push the fingers away, the palms away. Round. Inhale. Come up. The hands come behind you. Press. Come forward. Tuck the chin. Don't lift the chin too much. You don't want to put too much compression on the back vertebrae of your neck. Exhale. Forward. Round. Inhale. Come up. Arms behind you, interlace, lift, exhale, round forward. This is a variation of cat and cow. This is something you can usually do if you're working. Is you can sit on a chair and put your hands on your knees or on the chair side. And you can press the chest forward and come forward. You can chest the chest back and come forward. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of a stretchy twist. We're going to bring our hands in front of us. Take a breath. Lead with our chest. Come down. Elbows soft. Head rounds at the bottom. Inhale, grounding our sit bones, using our back muscles, come up. And then we're going to bring our torso over our right knee. Take a breath. Walk your hands over. It doesn't matter how far you go. Notice how when the hand that goes front, you feel it on the opposite side. And one side's probably totally different than the other. Just let your hands go as far as they're comfortable. They're grounded. Grounding is important. And then let your elbows come forward and come down. Now I like to keep pushing a little bit of weight into my left hip bone. Give me more of a stretch through here. More of a stretch through here. And then inhale, come up. Walk your hands back to center. I love to bow to the center, so exhale, come forward. Once you get forward, you're going to start to ground your lower back, come up. And then you're going to walk your hands over to your left side. Ground your hands, take a breath in, and exhale, come forward. Try to keep your right butt cheek on the ground, that right hip on the ground. Feel that nice stretch on the right side of the body. Feel that nice constriction on the left side of the body. And when you come up like this, that part of your body that was contracted opens up and takes a deep breath in of blood, oxygenated blood. And don't forget your breath. And then we're going to do staff pose. Took me a long time, but I enjoy staff pose. You're coming on, sitting onto your sit bone, so take the weight off your spine. Come slightly forward from the hips. You're probably already waking up through here. Ground your sit bones. Keep that length in your spine as you take your weight off your hands. Don't collapse down. Shoulder blades are down. Let your hands rest on your knees or on the ground. Bring your toes towards you and your heels away, waking up the entire back part of your body. Staff pose. In this pose, we are either dynamically or sort of dynamically working every muscle in our body. Feel the energy of the earth coming up from your sit bone all the way to the crown of your head. And then bring your hands behind you slightly. I like my fingertips facing forward. Never lock your elbows, and you can tell what it's like. This is locked, this is straight. Never lock your knees. I think most women are double jointed in their knees. We can see it better standing up. But it's a hyperextension. It's a hyperextension. So bring your hands behind you. I like the fingertips facing forward because it stretches the palms. Fingers also. Let your weight go into your hands. Shoulder blades come down. Open the chest. Tuck your chin slightly. Point your feet. Flex them. Point. Flex. Notice the muscles you're using. And you can alternate. Make big circles. Let's go in the opposite direction. You can stand up, open your fingers and your toes, make a fist. Open your fingers and toes, make a fist. Open your fingers and toes, make a fist, and then circles again. Either way, you can make a little figure eights. It's easy to get lost in your body when you're paying attention. So, now we're going to take our right foot, turn it out, bring the foot high on the left thigh, relax. If you have knee problems, you can modify any way. If you have hip problems, you can modify it any way. So, we're going to bring it as high as comfortable. I like my right hand resting on that knee. It's not doing anything to push it down, but it's giving it a little bit of constriction. So you're going to take your foot, pull your foot towards you. Then you're going to take your thumbs and you're going to press into your feet. Feel not only are we stretching it this way, but we're opening it up. Balls of your feet. Massage your heel. Bring your toes toward you and press back. Toward you and press back. Toward you and press them back. And then bring your foot toward you and just throw the foot away. Toward you, throw the foot away. Toward you, throw the foot away. Grab your ankles, relax your foot, and shake it. Looks like jello, right? And then place the top of your foot on the floor. This is fun. You're going to take your fingers, the tip of your little toe, you're going to squeeze it, gently wiggle it, and gently pull your hand away, or pull the toes away. Your second toe. Wiggle it and pull. Next toe. Wiggle it and pull. Next toe. Wiggle it and pull. Big toe. Wiggle it and pull. Bring your toes towards you. Press them away. Now sort of squeeze your foot, wringing it out. Feeling all these little bones and stuff. I don't know how many bones are in the feet, but there are a lot of them. And your feet, you need to take care of them because they've gotten you everywhere you've gone to in this life. And then shake the foot again. Stretch it up. Relax the shoulders. It doesn't matter where your weight's a little bit on your tailbone, but you're keeping your spine straight. Bend the knee. Sit forward. Open the foot out. Sit up. And then round down over your left leg. Once you find that you've come as far as you can, rest here for a moment. And then spine roll up. Let your right leg go straight. Pull your left leg towards you. Give it a squeeze. Massaging the thumb. You can follow each part of your toes. And when your hand's on the top, you can feel it moving under your hands. And if you find a space that really feels good, Maneuvering your toes, or your heels. Bring your toes back and forth. And hold on your foot, pull it towards you and release. Pull it towards you and release. Pull it towards you and release. And then place your foot on your leg, and you're going to start with your little toe. You're going to squeeze it and gently pull as you wiggle. Squeeze. Gently pull as you wiggle. We're not trying to take our toes off our feet. We're trying to create space in the joint. Finding the spaciousness within myself. And so here I am. I'm creating space in my toes. What do we do our feet? We put them in shoes and hide them away. And once again, you can squeeze and release. Squeezing and release is a great way to self-massage. Because as you squeeze, you're squeezing out tightness. As you release, it's taking the breath of the blood. Shake that foot. And then bring it up if you can. Doesn't matter how far you go. This side can be totally different than the other side, and there's nothing wrong with that. We all have our bodies. We all, with yoga, can learn to live within our bodies. Okie dokie. So, taking the soles of the feet together. I like to let my body think that it can relax because it's being supported. I like having my fingertips touching the outside of my knees. When I do that, my knees say, oh, I'm connected to the earth. And so you can relax. You can bring your hands to the soles of your feet, thumbs under the balls of the feet, and open your feet out. And I like to pull against my hands and straighten my spine. Really feel it in your inner groin. You do not want to feel sharpness in your yoga poses. A sharp feeling means that there is possibility of an injury. So we want to move with conscious awareness. As I feel my inner thighs and my hips release, I can very gently pull with my fingers so my torso is going further forward. This is Baddha Konasana, bound angle pose. I know the good words. Move with your breath. We are not striving to bring our chest to the ground. We are noticing how it feels. And then when you feel as far as you can, if you want to, you can round. So the shoulders are rounding this way as well as back and forth. Now just relax and breathe here. We're not doing anything except for resting. Deep breathing. Breathe into your hips. Breathe into your thighs. Breathe into the back of your neck. As we relax here, our bodies may go a little bit further. Now, this is magic. All you're going to do is right now, like somebody's putting a rod up your spine, you're going to straighten your back and see if you can notice how much closer your sternum is to your feet. If we hadn't have relaxed and breathed into it, our body wouldn't have found this extra space. So we can go further forward. It's in the hips, it's also in the spine. And then come up. Bring your hands behind you, fingertips facing forward, and let your knees gently go from side to side. Introducing a gentle twist. And you can let your nose go in the opposite direction. And this is what I mean by hyperextending. Also, if you're sitting on the ground and there's people walking around you, you're better to support yourself like this so you can keep all your 10 fingers happy. And you can let the knees go in one direction, let the opposite shoulder roll back. Then a couple times from side to side. And let your knees go in the opposite direction. Cool. Now we're going to go into cat and cow pose, wonderful pose. We sort of did a variation of that sitting down, and hopefully I'll remember to do it on the next time we're sitting down. So, table pose, wonderful pose. Your knees are hip width apart, directly underneath your hips. The tops of your feet are on the floor. Beautiful dynamic. Your wrists are a little bit more than shoulder width apart, not a lot. We want the weight to be equally distributed along the whole arm. Pick up your fingers and press them down. The crown of the head away from your tailbone. Now we're going to move into cat and cow. So as we inhale, we drop the belly button, lift the crown of the head and the tailbone up. Exhale, crown of the head and the tailbone go down, lift the belly button up. I like to pull up to my arms, great for your shoulders. Inhale, the spine straightens out, belly button drops, crown of the head and the tailbone comes up. Exhale, cat pose. Coming to neutral, we're going to shake our tail a little bit. You can let the shoulders get involved in it. Just sort of wiggle as your hips go side to side. And you make figure eights with your buttocks. And of course, go in the other direction. If you can figure it out, that's fine. If you don't, just go where your body leads you. Your body, once we learn to listen to it, it can tell us all sorts of wonderful things about how we're doing. And then come down onto your heels. I like to bend the elbow, come up. This is a exaggerated cat and cow. Exhale, round down. Inhale. Lead with your chest coming up. Slightly forward from your wrists, if that's comfortable. And then curling your toes under. You're going to take a breath in, exhale, lift the knees, head and chest go through the arms. Open your feet to where they're comfortable. You don't want them too far apart. Let your fingers be open and ground each part of your fingers. Each of all those knuckles is on the ground. And you can alternate walking your dog. Come up onto your toes. Let your heels release down. They don't ever need to touch the ground, but feel the stretch in the back of your legs. And then you're going to take your right foot up, stretch it up, three-legged dog. Notice how your body, the weight has changed into the left leg. You're going to bend that knee, lift that knee, bad dog. Straighten the leg, exhale, bring that knee in front of you. Sitting on your heel, let your left leg go back a little bit. This is a modified pigeon. My right heel is underneath my right hip. My weight is on my hands. If you want to, you can bring your back up. This is just a beautiful stretch through here and from your toe to your shoulder. Curl your toes under, exhale, come back into downward facing dog. You can walk your dog a little bit, find your balance front, back, side to side. And then let your left leg go up. Three-legged dog. Feel how the weight has changed. Bend that knee. Let the knee go up towards the ceiling. Bad dog. Back to three-legged dog. Exhale. Bring that left knee under your body. You're sitting on your heel. This is a modified pigeon. When I was younger, I loved pigeon. Now, I love modifying it. Try not to collapse into your body. Everything is lifting from the earth. That's our journey in this lifetime, from the gross to the divine, from the earth to the universe. Curl the step back into downward facing dog. You're going to walk your fingers to your hands or your hands to your feet, whatever is the most comfortable, and hang forward full. Notice the weight on your feet, from side to side. Feel the weight between front and back, side to side. And then just a very gentle bouncing. And bounce a little bit to your right. Back to center. And a little bit to your left. Back to center. Let your hands hang down. Bend your knees slightly. Keeping your arms soft. Slowly spine roll up. Feel as you straighten your back, we're lifting above each vertebra below it. When you get to the back of your shoulders, bring your shoulders up, back, and around. And so now we're just going to do a little bit of squeeze and release on our arms. I like the pad on the inside and squeezing. You can change sides. You can squeeze and release your upper arms. You can bring your left arm up, bring it out, bring it down, and bring it across your body. Now a couple circles. And maybe the opposite direction. And the left side, just squeeze and release. And it's funny, when you squeeze here, see how your fingers act with that? Wow, muscles. What I like about yoga is you get very strong muscles, but they're long, lean muscles, not the contracted kind that, to me, indicates tightness instead of ease of movement, ease of energy, ease of flowing. Bring your arm up, out, down, and start making circles. Even though your weight is on both feet, notice how it changes. And go in the opposite direction. Okay, we're going to do standing yoga mudra. I love this pose. I'm not sure where to go for it. You're going to open your legs wide, as comfortable as you can. You're going to bend at your hips. You're going to come down 90 degrees. And then let your head come down. Feel the stretching in the back of your legs. Feel how your weight is equal between the toes and the heels and side to side. Bend your knees slightly, let your arms hang, and visualize vertebra by vertebra. Not only are we coming up, but we're also lengthening up. Bring the shoulders up, back, and around. All right, standing yoga mudra. First thing we're going to do is we're going to bring our hands behind us, interlace the fingers, press the palms down. Feel the shoulder blades tight together. The front of the shoulders are open. Open your feet a comfortable distance away from each other. Insteps are parallel. We're going to inhale. Lean slightly back. Don't jut your hips forward. It's coming from the stretches to the front of your body. Don't let your head hang down. Keep the back of the neck long. Inhale, come forward, hinging at your hips. Come down. It's not a death grip from your fingers. Let those spider hairs hold it together. Maybe you can let your shoulders go a little bit further. It doesn't matter. Inhale. We're going to come up. Come slightly back. The weight is still equal from the toes to the heels. Then you're going to turn your right leg back out 90 degrees, the left heel in somewhat. Bring your toes towards that right leg. Take a breath in. Exhale, leading with your heart. Come down. Feel all the space in the right hip. Feel those shoulders tight, shoulder blades tight against your back. Your neck is soft. Your gaze is slightly unfocused. Inhale, let those arms lift you up, straight spine. Come back. Exhale, turn to front. Come forward just to release a little bit. If your arms are tired, you can bring them towards your body. Inhale, come up. And then we're going to turn left foot out 90 degrees. The right heel out so the hips are over that left leg. Legs straight. Take a breath in. Come back. Back bend. Exhale. Leading with your chest. Forward fold. Standing yoga mudra. Inhale. Come up. Back. Pivot to the front, feet are parallel, take a breath in, exhale, forward fold. And then let your hands come towards your tailbone, release your fingers, come down, let your hands be in a straight line from your toes. Take a breath in, your elbows go towards the back of you as you let your crown of your head hang. Inhale, come up, hands over the shoulders. I'm going to do another little twist that I really like. You're going to take your right hand directly underneath your sternum. Take your left hand, press the fingers away as you come up, 90 degrees from the hips and the shoulders. Exhale, the left hand comes down, reach through, grab your ankle, and let that right shoulder go back and the left shoulder go forward. This is a variation of thread the needle. It's my preferred way to do it. Feel the back of those legs. Oh, isn't that wonderful? So inhale, we're going to come back up, stretch up, exhale. The left hand comes down, right where the right hand was. The right hand comes up. Exhale. The hand comes through. Grab that ankle. Keep that right shoulder blade going down or forward and the left shoulder going that way. Nice stretch in the tops of the shoulders. Inhale, the hand comes up. Exhale, the hands go to the floor. Bend the elbows, just hang. Now straighten the spine. I'm going to heel toe my feet towards each other. Let the toes go out I'm bending my knees, coming into a squat. You can be up on your balls of your feet or flat on your feet. Bring your hands together. Now, I'm going to brace the hands again, step up, bend the knees slightly, and do a spine roll up. The last thing to come up is your head. Bring your shoulders up, back and around. And then we're going to open our feet a little. And let them connect with your body. You let the back heel lift. Your lower abdomen or your lower back. And if you want to have fun, keep the leg, change the torso. And now we're lifting the inner heel. Oops. You got to take that moment to stop, reconnect, and then go. So, going back to the outer heel, legs change, torso moves, and now we're at the back of the leg. And then stand up. These are a couple things that I sort of discovered when I was trying to learn myself again after my hip replacement. I like this one. I do it in the shower because it's a nice having the water there. I go like that and just let your hands go side to side. They're sort of crossing in front of you, going behind you. Your knees are soft. You can go as big or as little. And then you can let the hands hang. And you can make them go in circles. The opposite direction. Yeah, this is something that I did also. I have a little cane. You can use a chair or something like that. But basically, this is just to help us hold on. So we're going to be standing with the cane in your left hand, and you're going to take your right foot, let your weight go into that left side. We're not sticking the hip out or anything like that because right there, we just locked up our lower back. So we're just going to let the weight go to the side, let this be wherever it is. This is simply letting my hand think it's by the floor. Okay, so I started leaning into it. No, you want to keep that straight down. Take your foot, your right foot, and just make a little figure eights. And maybe circles. No death grip, just a slight holding. Bring your leg up. We don't need you there. Vamos. You're not showing your best side. Okay, so we did that. Now we're going to bend our knee. If you want to, you can let your hands touch and just let your foot go in a circle. I like to touch because then I can feel the muscles moving in the other direction. Straight leg, point and flex. So you got to find your center, find your grounding. And circles, circles. So now find Tadasana. Feet are hip width apart, weights between your toes and heels, side to side. Lengthen through your spine. Let your shoulder blades be down. When the shoulder blades are down, your chest is open. The entire front of your body is open, so you can do the three-part breathing. Belly button, rib cage, and upper chest. And now we're going to change to the other side. So find yourself, ground yourself. A lot of balance is will and intention. And you could do a chair. I use the wall in this shower. Okay, so let your foot go around in figure eights. Whoa. And if you want to, you can go in the opposite direction. It's easier in the shower, besides the water's warm. See, sometimes you just got to let go to be able to do it. All right, so bring your foot forward, point and flex. Circles. Opposite direction. Bend the knee. Push the foot out. Doesn't matter how far it goes. Bend your knees and make circles. And then bring the leg down. Okie doke. So put that down and stand in Tadasana. Feel the balance front and back, side to side. Lengthen up. I like to visualize golden threads lifting me up so I'm weightless on my feet. There's space between all my joints. Okie doke. So now we're going to face one way. Let your hands be on your hips. Take a big step back with your right leg. Both legs are straight. Let your hips parallel each other. Look at your left knee. Ground the knee. Knees over the ankle. The right leg is out. Now if you find yourself leaning forward, bring your shoulders over the hips. Your tailbone is slightly tucked. Feel the groundedness through your thigh, through your calf, and your feet. Pick up your toes and spread them on the earth. Bring your arms up in front of you. Warrior one. Shoulder blades are low. The stretch is from the front of the right toes all the way up the front of the body, ending at the right hand. You can come up onto your right toes. You can lean forward, ground your hands, lift the right leg up, and open your chest. You can let your hands touch the floor. Warrior three. Ground the hands. Bring the right foot back to the floor. We're going to pivot forward and the right arm lifts it up to warrior two. You can adjust your feet, heel toe. With each warrior, because of your anatomy, the stance is a little bit deeper. Then we're going to take the left hand to the ground, not touching the ground, the right arm's up, tuck your chin and look towards the corner of the ceiling, and then bring that right hand over your head. Inhale, come up. Bring your soles, your feet forward, five-pointed star. Now, we can do this a long time with the shoulders if we don't get caught up in the shoulders. If you keep pushing your fingers away, your shoulder blades drop down, open your sternum. You can imagine balloons holding your hands up, silver threads holding your hands up. If you do it without attachment, without clenching, this is a very easy pose to hit. We're going to bend our knees, knees out, elbows out, victory squat. Even though your back is arched, try to keep your tailbone going towards the ground. This protects your back. And then step forward. Now I got to do it all on the other side. Okay. So, staying forward. Whew. Bring your left leg back. Your hips are forward. See how the heel instep is? It's like that. Turn your body forward over the right leg. Bend the knee. Bring the arms up. I know I'm messing up right and left. One of these days when this is over, I'll be more comfortable with this. Shoulder blades are down the back. Lift the sternum. Lift the fingers. Let your weight come forward. Lift, bring the hands, bring the weight forward, ground the hands, lift the opposite leg, and come up. Now we're usually better balanced on one side than the other. There's not a problem with that. So this is a variation of Warrior 3. And if you come out of a pose, don't get upset. Just start from where you came out, or else come and start over and lift. Warrior 3. And bring that leg back down. Whew. Up. Open the hip out to Warrior 2. Shoulder blades are down. Push your fingers away. I noticed that I was getting caught up in the shoulders, so just release that. Break that chain of tightness. Then come forward. The right hand is along the leg. Left hand is up. Looking through your armpit towards the ceiling and the wall. And then you can bring the arm out. Inhale, come up, come back to 5-pointed star, release your hands, shake. Ha ha ha. Hooky doke. Now, we're going to come back down to the ground. So we're going to have our feet hip width apart, the ankles underneath, arms out. Take your weight into your heels. Come down. You can open your legs as you need to. Come down into a squat. And then bring the hands down. Bring the legs down. And then we're going to lie down for a few moments of Savasana, and then we're going to do a little bit of alternate nostril breathing, which is a wonderful thing to do to lead you into meditation. So once again, find your way onto your back. Your knees are bent. Notice how the minute I touch the ground, I start to adjust myself to be in comfort and ease. You can have your legs straight, a bolster under your back or under your knees. The bigger the bolster, the more grounded you are in your lower back. And once again, you can have your knees bent, feet a little bit further away, and have the toes, instead of being like that, be slightly like that. But most of the time, I can usually go into Savasana after the yoga class, at the end of the class, because my body has opened and stretched so it can relax and just spread out from the belly button. Closing your eyes. If you need to massage your lower back, bring your knees in, side to side. Lazy 8. Circles. Happy baby, the soles of the feet are up to the ceiling. The knees are open out wide. Your fingers are just touching the balls of your feet. And let your shoulders relax. You can go from side to side. Goo, goo, ga, ga, ha, ha, ha. Take a breath. Exhale, head and shoulders come up. Inhale. Lengthening vertebra by vertebra down. And exhale. Let your feet go out. Close your eyes. Notice your breath returning to normal. Maybe your resting breath here is deeper than it was the first time we were in this pit shape. Let your eyes gently close. If they don't feel like closing, just have a soft gaze. Feel your breath returning to its natural rhythm. Feel any remaining tightness just flow off, rolling from your body, releasing through your fingers and your toes, moving back into space where it can come back in a different form. Tadasana. Deep yogic sleep. We are not giving up. We are staying present. No, not that guy. We are staying present within our bodies. We are noticing where there's release and relaxation. And you may notice that there's a little space of tightness. So send that breath into that vertebra. Invite it to release as you inhale, expand. And when you exhale, just let it go. And there's maybe a couple spots where you chronically hold your tension. Let your breath go into those areas. The inhalation breaks up the tightness. The exhalation, let it go. Savasana. Deep yogic sleep. If you find yourself following your thoughts, just notice it and then let that go. Feel as if your body is slowly flowing away from your belly button. Notice the space between the inhalation and the exhalation, and the space where the exhalation ends and the inhalation begins. Gradually begin to deepen your breath. You can put your hands on your belly and your upper chest. Feel the belly button. Open the rib cage. Expand the upper chest. Exhale. Relax the upper chest, the rib cage, and pull your belly button towards your spine. And as your breath deepens and begins to move through your body, just notice how it feels. And gently start to move and stretch your body like we haven't done when we woke up this morning. Noticing the small movements. Let them turn into larger movements. Moving the right side of your body. Moving the left side. Bring your knees to your chest. And you notice that little constriction in the bottom of your throat when you gave yourself a hug? Ha-ha. And then bringing your feet to the floor, whatever. Roll on to either side into fetal position. Let your body just completely relax here for another moment. And using your hands and elbows, come up into your comfortable seated position. However that breathing exercise. If you are having a hard time sleeping, this is a great way to start it. With practice, you can do it without using the hands to manipulate opening and closing the sides of your nose. So, your left hand is in Chin Mudra, the thumb and forefinger are touching. The right hand, there's different ways you can do it. The little finger stays with the ring finger, and this part of the ring finger goes on this side of the nose, and this part of the thumb goes on that side of the nose. I learned to with the hands down, but some people do it here. I just find that awkward. I like my third eye center to be open. Okay, so you're gonna find that little notch. If you find the top of your nose and go down to the side of it, there's a little notch. That's where the cartilage is attached or whatever. So the ring finger is going to go on the left side, and the thumb finger is going to go on the right side. We are not smushing the nostril closed. That's going to make you stuff up. See? It's just a very gentle pressure. It's almost subliminal. So I shouldn't say pressure, but just let them rest here. Elbow soft. Take a breath in with both nostrils. Exhale. Gentle pressure on the left ring finger. Inhale right. Gentle pressure, hold. Not clenching, just ceasing the inhalation. Open left. Push those fingers away like the breathe right strips and exhale left. Find the end of that exhalation. The pause. Inhale left. Gentle pressure on both sides. You're not squeezing at all. It's just touching. Open right. Exhale. Inhale right. Gentle touch. Open left. Exhale. Relax your face. Inhale left. Gentle pressure. Open right. Exhale. Smooth breath. No jerkiness. Inhale right. Gentle pressure. Open left. Exhale. Inhale left. Gentle pressure. Open right. Exhale. Inhale right. Gentle pressure. Open left. Exhale. Inhale left. Gentle pressure. Open right. Exhale. Inhale right. Pause. Open left. Exhale. Inhale left. Pause. Open right. Exhale. And let your hand return to your lap. One hand on each knee or one hand on top of the other. And let your awareness remain with your breath. Purnamada, Purnamidam, Purnama, Purnamudachate, Purnasha, Purnamataya, Purnameva Vashishate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. That is perfect. This is perfect. From the perfect springs the perfect. If the perfect is taken from the perfect remains. Om. Peace, peace, peace. And thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the class and as much as I enjoyed bringing it to you. Remember, these are donation-based classes, but if you wish to donate, you can do it paypal.me/donatebliss and just mention the class and the teacher's name or the date or the class name or whatever so that the teachers can be paid appropriately. I hope to see you on Thursday, May 7th for the full moon salute at 9:30. It's something that I love to do. I sort of took good things and made them better. And I bow to the divine I see so clearly within you. Namaste.